I think we not only are going to replace the banking system, but I think we're going to replace the U.S. dollar. And I think, I think we are going to see in our ripe old age, people transacting in sats. I think you'll be able to buy stuff on Amazon with an iPhone Bitcoin wallet in Bitcoin.
Okay.
And so I do believe we're going to see Bitcoin as a currency.
The relationship between AI and Bitcoin represents a fascinating convergence of two transformative technologies. Both artificial intelligence and Bitcoin are reshaping industries, but in distinct ways. While Bitcoin seeks to revolutionize finance through decentralization and a new form of digital currency, AI focuses on improving efficiency, automation, and decision-making across various sectors. In an interview with Mark Jeffrey, Fred Krueger shares his optimism about Bitcoin's future. He sees Bitcoin as a revolutionary force, separate from the broader cryptocurrency market, and believes it will not only endure but ultimately replace the existing financial system. Krueger explains that while many other cryptocurrencies position themselves as greener alternatives to Bitcoin, their goals differ significantly. Bitcoin aims to disrupt the traditional financial system by replacing banks and eliminating government control over money printing, whereas other cryptocurrencies focus on practical applications like facilitating transactions, settling stocks, and enabling smart contracts. Krueger predicts a significant rise in Bitcoin's price, which he believes will draw increased regulatory scrutiny. However, he remains confident that Bitcoin will eventually replace both banks and the US dollar. He envisions a future where Bitcoin becomes a mainstream currency for everyday transactions on platforms like Amazon, and even imagines a world where people will use Bitcoin checkbooks to write checks in Bitcoin. Before we continue with the rest of the video, do check out Daily 5-Minute Crypto newsletter with all the latest crypto and Bitcoin news. It's a fantastic analysis of on-chain crypto data and breakdowns, and the best part is it's absolutely free. They'll cover expert predictions, breakdowns of on-chain crypto data, and any breaking news you need to know, all in a nutshell. Click the first link in the description and enter your email to join over 50,000 others in becoming a better crypto investor right now.
Partially, I think I would distinguish between Bitcoin and crypto, first of all. Okay.
Here we go. Go ahead.
Because, honestly, there's the two are not the same, right? So, you have a lot of crypto and you have one Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is not. You should not include those two things in one. They're not going after the same market, and they don't have the same kind of attack vectors either, right? Because, for example, most of the cryptocurrencies out there, other than, Litecoin, are proof of stake currencies, right? They don't use massive amounts of electricity. So there's one that uses all the electricity, which is Bitcoin, right? Mm-hmm. So in 99% of all proof of work crypto energy is used by Bitcoin, right? So let's just face it there. The other ones are okay. They're greener. And look, Ethereum, 4 years ago was running on the idea that we're green. We're better than Bitcoin because we're ESG, right?
Right.
And so those two are not the same. I also think that the regulators are more the big Democrat regulators, the BlackRocks of this world, right?
Yeah.
I would say they're more sympathetic to the idea of like crypto for settling stocks and bonds and things like that, and as smart contracts and everything, than they are at the idea of Bitcoin replacing the US dollar, right? Bitcoin replacing the US dollar and replacing the banking system is something that is, well, first of all, I'm not sure how many people believe it. They really understand it, but that as Bitcoiners, that's our goal, right? Our goal in Bitcoin is to get rid of banks, right? And to completely change the government and to have, to make this money printer go burr meme obsolete, within the next 25 years. Yeah. Yep. We want to stop governments from just systematically printing money and inflating money and those closest to the money printer win. The people furthest from the money printer get completely hosed. And right. That's the goal of Bitcoiners. Crypto people, they don't care. They are not fighting that fight at all. I do think that the fighting is going to get intense once Bitcoin gets 3 or 4 times its current price. Right now, none of these things are taken too seriously.
Yeah.
They're being attacked because by the likes of Elizabeth Warren, saying they're vehicles for money laundering and terrorists and all the rest. But they don't really think that they can replace the banking system, and I think they're wrong. I mean, I think we not only are going to replace the banking system, but I think we're going to replace the U.S. dollar. And I think, I think we are going to see in our ripe old age, people transacting in sats. I think you'll be able to buy stuff on Amazon with an iPhone Bitcoin wallet in Bitcoin. So I do believe we're going to see Bitcoin as a currency. I think it'll be firmly, I think it's going to get there by sort of getting into a dual currency mode where banks can have Bitcoin, where I can write a check and I can put maybe dollars, or maybe there's other things. You want a Bitcoin checkbook and you can just, I'll send you, 0.01 Bitcoin, and I'm just sending you a check for that.
Fred Krueger emphasizes the key distinctions between Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, arguing that they shouldn't be grouped together because they target different markets and face unique challenges. He highlights that Bitcoin operates on a proof-of-work system, which consumes a significant amount of energy, while most other cryptocurrencies, except for a few like Litecoin, use more energy-efficient proof-of-stake systems. According to Krueger, about 99% of the energy used for proof-of-work in the crypto space is consumed by Bitcoin alone. Krueger also discusses the regulatory landscape, suggesting that influential entities like BlackRock and Democrat regulators are more receptive to the potential of crypto for stock settlement and smart contracts than they are to Bitcoin's mission of replacing the US dollar and dismantling the banking system. He believes Bitcoin proponents, unlike those involved with other cryptocurrencies, are fighting to fundamentally change the financial system by preventing governments from endlessly printing money, an issue that disproportionately benefits those closest to the money supply while harming those further away.
I do think that, Bitcoin over the next 10 years is really going to come into its own. And I think it's going to change with respect to AI. And both of those things are going to be big. And I think of the two, I think Bitcoin's going to be bigger. And that's sort of my, a little bit unconventional, non sort of Silicon Valley view, because I think most of the Silicon Valley view would say AI is going to be 100 times bigger than Bitcoin, in terms of its impact.
Yeah.
And I actually think Bitcoin will be bigger. And the only reason I say it is I think from a macro perspective, all this AI and everything, it relies on this financial system. And this financial system is close to the end. I do not think we can continue with this money printing and stuff. I think the financial system will collapse before
we get the robots.
We achieve the singularity. What is the best for you personally?
Right.
And sort of my view is, okay, you could invest in NVIDIA, right? Because there's exactly one company making money in AI. And that was a point that was made repeatedly at this event. NVIDIA is the only company that is making money in AI. All the other companies are spending money in AI to build whatever they're going to build, right?
Yep.
And so, that is very unsustainable, right? It's unsustainable from the point of view of, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Google just spending fortunes on AI. Because if they don't have it, their competitors are just going to just leapfrog them, right?
Right.
And so they need to spend all this money and they need to buy NVIDIA chips. But if they stop spending the money, then the bubble goes down. NVIDIA collapses. It's going to be the AI crash of 2025, maybe. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
So we could see a crash, even though like the internet, much like the internet, where the internet did not stop in 1999, 2000, right?
Right.
And, but the big winner of the internet, the company that everybody thought was going to win the internet was Cisco. and they did not win the internet.
They did not win the. You're absolutely right. That was
Amazon won the internet.
Yeah.
You know, so I kind of view, you know, well, I own a little bit of NVIDIA. Okay, full disclosure, but I don't know if NVIDIA is going to 10x from here, right?
Right.
But I think that there's very little chance that Bitcoin does not 10x from here.
Yes.
So I think
Bitcoin's
you know,
a better
purely from an investment standpoint, I think Bitcoin is going to be the best investment. It's the best opportunity, I would say. You know, I see, and obviously things can go down, and you have to have nerves of steel, right, with Bitcoin, because this, you know,
it's a wild ride, no matter how you slice it.
It's a wild ride, no matter how you look at it. But I think you know, the potential for Bitcoin to 10x is there, and it has no competition, right? So, you know, NVIDIA doesn't have a lot of competition today, but I don't know, 2 years from now, there could be some Chinese company making.
Bitcoin's recent surge past $58,500 has sparked both optimism and caution within the cryptocurrency community. Achieved on September 12, 2024, this milestone reflects an 11.5% increase in just 1 week, signaling renewed investor interest amid global economic uncertainties. However, this bullish sentiment is tempered by a significant development, a substantial sell-off by Bitcoin miners. Since August 1st, miners have sold 90,000 Bitcoin, totaling $5.2 billion. On September 11th, Bitcoin's mining difficulty reached an unprecedented 92.9 THS, highlighting a surge in mining activity. While this increase, combined with expectations of U.S. Federal Reserve rate cuts, has created a fertile ground for bullish speculation, it also presents challenges. The high hash rates associated with this surge indicate strong network security but also heightened competition among miners, lowering margins for existing operators and driving up operational costs. Christopher Bendixson, Bitcoin research lead at CoinShares, notes that the trend of miners selling off Bitcoin, totaling 990,000 since August, reflects their cautious outlook. Many miners are betting on future price increases to offset current costs, but if Bitcoin fails to sustain its momentum, these actions could lead to further market instability. As we conclude, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin's future adoption? Do you think the AI industry will outlast Bitcoin in the next decade, or do you have other insights? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.